I've seen it. You've seen it. Superman was a great movie. So with James Gunn confirming the new Man of Tomorrow movie, the sequel to Superman movie, which I so cannot wait for. It is going to be an amazing movie. I guarantee you it's going to be one of those things where Lex Luthor is going to build his suit. He's going to be like, "Oh my god, I can finally get my hands on Superman." And all the elements of Superman that are going to be in this movie are going to be just topped even more. Like the emotion, because in this movie, Superman's more than likely going to be weakened by Lex Luthor when Lex gets this suit and he's going to take on Superman. But I think another thing is that they're going to team up by the end of this movie because they're going to have to stop someone else. Lex still isn't the main bad guy or so. We don't really know. But I honestly and genuinely think that it's going to get to a point where, you know, we're going to be in like the middle of the movie or maybe towards the end of the movie, and Superman's going to be like badly hurt or so, and Lex is going to be desperate because this new guy is trying, whoever this villain is going to be, is trying to take over, and he's going to stop Lex Luthor. And Lex doesn't want anybody in his way. He wants to be the guy on top. He wants to be the guy to stop Superman and everything like that. But unfortunately, this big bad is going to be in his way. So I think he's going to have to team up with Superman. Superman is going to have to buy him some time and basically help out. And Lex is going to have to, swallow his pride a little bit and his hatred in order for this to work. And I think this movie is probably going to cut in Brainiac. I think Brainiac's gonna be the big bad for this movie because it makes sense, because like the Man of Tomorrow, you know, comic book animated movie, Brainiac is the main villain. So it would make sense to get someone that is smarter than Lex Luthor to come in and basically be like, "Yeah, there's nothing you can do to stop me. I'm gonna destroy the Earth or whatever, whatnot." And Lex wants to rule, but he can't rule because Brainiac's probably gonna try to destroy the world. So it's a good thing that he's gonna team up with Superman. But I think we're going in a great direction. You know what I mean? Three Kryptonian movies in a row to start off the new DCU is actually really good. So we start off with Superman, and then we get to Man of Tomorrow, which is the sequel to Superman, but it's not Superman 2. Kind of interesting. And then we got Supergirl. We already got Peacemaker going on, so we got that in the little mixer or whatnot. So it actually makes a lot of sense. It does a really good job at basically explaining what we need and what's gonna be. And you already got Rick Flag story going on and everything like that, and an alternate universe and Peacemaker. So it's building up to be a really good universe. I don't know what they're gonna do after the fact of those movies and the Peacemaker. I think the next thing they should move on to after that is Batman Brave and the Bold. I think Batman Brave and the Bold is probably going to be the next film after they get, Superman, Man of Tomorrow, Supergirl out the way. I think it's going to be the next movie. And then after that's introduced, we're going to be introduced to Nightwing and Red Hood, which is going to be really good. So then you already introduced the Bat family right after you've already introduced, Superman's family or so and so and his villains and everything like that. And then you build up your two main characters, right? And then next thing you hit them with is you have to hit them with a Wonder Woman movie, because the Trinity, you know what I mean? Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. And then you just go down the lines of all those characters, and then you get the Flash in there after that, and you get Green Lantern, which they already got the Green Lantern show, so it's already a great setup. Everything works out, everything's gonna, pan itself out. You know what I mean? But this was just a video. Um I haven't made a video in a while, guys, and I've kind of, not really had an idea, but I'm thankful for each and every one of you, each and every one of my subscribers and everything like that. Y'all mean the world to me. I mean almost everything to me. It really does help, and I'm very appreciative of you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. As always, this is Zola, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.